Hi Mary, how are you keeping?
I'm good now today. How are you?
I'm good, thanks for meeting me.
That's okay.
How's everything with you?
It's okay now. I've been very busy at home lately and getting on, but it hasn't been too bad.
I heard your mum had a hip replacement.
She did.
Recently.
She did. She's been getting on okay now. I do have to spend a lot of time with her looking after her, but the kids have been helping me out too.
Okay, and how is she keeping? Is she?
She's getting a lot better than she was. She still has a lot of trouble getting around and needs a lot of help, but there is a lot of improvement.
And how are you managing with that?
Well, it is a lot of me now having to help her out every day. That doesn't mean I'm down at her house, and I do have to help out with the kids, but unfortunately I don't get to spend a lot of time with the kids at the same time.
And I know John and his kids moved into there not so long ago.
Yeah, they did.
That was a big change for you.
It was. I think everyone was dealing with it okay though, but it is a lot more moving into the house.
Yeah, and how are you coping with that? The bigger household and.
I think I'm getting on okay, fine now. To be honest, it was just a big change in the house, and it's a lot more mouths to feed and children to clothe and everything. But I think we're going to get on okay.
I can imagine it will be hard, alright.
Yeah.
I just noticed that there's been a few late payments, so.
Okay. I'm very sorry about that. Now, I wasn't aware that it had been so late.
I was just wondering if there was anything you were struggling with, anything
Well, now it's just been because there isn't that many extra kids, and I haven't been working that much looking after my own mother. It is just hard to get all the money together. And John he has been out pricing jobs a lot, but I think just getting the money to come in and working has been a lot harder than we thought it would be.
And do you need any support? Would you like me to give you the contact details of MABS?
I don't know if I'd like to take money off people now.
And MABS, they just give you advice
Okay.
on how to budget your money,
And they just help me get by
they'd
from
help
day to
they'd
day.
support you, yeah.
Okay, maybe that'd be a good idea because I wouldn't like to take money off people.
Yeah, so will I give you their
Yeah, I'll
contact? I
get
can pass that on to you.
Yeah.
I've noticed as well there's a change in appearance. Anne has lost weight recently.
Okay. And I don't know, maybe she was sick lately. I've just been so busy I haven't noticed.
Okay. So we just thought we'd raise it with you.
Yeah.
Just to make you aware of it.
Yeah, maybe I should look at that now. I haven't even noticed myself.
And we've noticed as well a few other kids have, they've changed their personalities. They've become moodier.
Okay.
Liam has started hitting out at Michael.
Oh, so that's not good now. They all seem to argue a bit at home, but they haven't. I didn't think they were fighting that much now.
And as well, Laura and Anne.
Yeah.
Seem to be arguing a lot, and normally they'd get on really well.
Yeah, they were all best friends. Are they fighting here a lot?
Yeah, they'd lash out at each other. We're just wondering if you've noticed any change.
No, I haven't actually noticed that now. I'm really sorry about that. It's kind of embarrassing now to be fighting in front of everyone. Still thought they were still the best of friends.
As well, Anne has kind of withdrawn.
Okay.
She used to love engage in art and music and drama, and she seemed to have withdrawn from hobbies that she'd normally love.
Okay. Maybe she is sick or something. I better bring her to the doctor and get it checked out.
Have you noticed her being withdrawn at home, or?
Just because I am so busy, it's hard to tell all the time. But no, I haven't actually noticed that myself now.
Okay. Brian, so I've heard that Lee was mentioned that Brian and Elizabeth babysit sometimes.
Yeah, they do have to because I'm away with my mother a lot, so it is good to have the two of them there to help me out.
And how do you think they cope with that?
I think they get on fine. I think they're old enough now to be looking after the kids. They seem to be getting on. There's always a few arguments when I'm out of the house and stuff, but nothing too bad now. I think they get on okay.
It is a big responsibility, isn't it, for?
I suppose it is now, but sure, my age I was babysitting then too, so I always thought they'd be able to.
And how do you think Liz, or how do you think Anne, Liam, Laura?
Yeah.
No, then how do you think they find it being babysat?
Well, there has been a few complaints, but they haven't said anything too major to me now, really. I haven't really asked them about it, I guess.
It's just that Liam has mentioned that he doesn't like.
What did he say?
He'd call Michael a bully.
Well, I always find he's very attention seeking. I don't know if that's what he's.
Brian.
Okay. And well, I find he's always very attention seeking. Like I wouldn't listen to him now. He's always causing trouble.
He seems to not be happy about the babysitting arrangements anyway.
What did he say?
He said that he hates Brian's family.
Okay, that's worrying me.
And he has mentioned a few things about Elizabeth locking Anne and Maura in the dark in the room.
Oh Jesus, she shouldn't be doing that now. I didn't know about that. And why would she do that?
Because she'd go into the computer, Elizabeth would go into the computer room and she wouldn't be allowed in there. So Anne and Maura would start making noise.
Okay.
And Elizabeth would end up locking them in the room in the dark because she knew they didn't like the dark.
Well, I'm going to have to get back to her about that now. She knows that can scare the girls. They are still very young.
Liam has also mentioned as well about how Brian would take the girls and play a game with them.
Yeah.
In the bed.
Okay.
And that when the lights would be back on, that Elizabeth and Maura would be crying.
Okay. That's it.
Did anyone ever mention anything?
No, this is the first I heard about that. And did they say anything about what game it was? Or?
No, they never mentioned what the game was.
Okay, I'm going to have a word with him about that. I'll bring it up to John as well. He doesn't like to hear about this stuff, but I think that sounds pretty serious. And
as well, Maura has started wetting, which is kind of worrying.
Okay, because she's a bit too old now for that.
Yeah.
I don't know why she should be doing that.
And she started retreating back to baby talk as well.
Okay. Maybe she's just looking for attention. That I've been out of the house so much, she just wants some attention or something. I don't know what to say to her about that now, though.
It is a worrying concern for us in here, though.
Okay.
And as well, Maura, we found bruising on her back.
Okay. She's always just playing around. I think just.
Had she mentioned anything to you about it? Or?
No, she didn't actually say anything about it now. But us kids are always playing around.
Okay. In this centre here, as the management centre, we do have the best interests of your kids and your family at heart.
Yeah.
So for that reason, we do feel that we should make a referral to TUSLA.
Who are TUSLA?
They're a child and family agency.
Okay.
And they work with the best interests of the family at heart. So hopefully, if you work well with them, they will try their best to keep you all together and hopefully resolve the issues. Any issues you've been having.
Okay. And they're not going to take the kids away or anything, are they?
Well, we can't say that for definite, but they do try and keep families together. So if you work with them.
Okay. I think if I just made a bit more of an effort, I could make a difference now. Do they have to be contacted?
It's part of the policy in here if we have any concerns that we have to follow through. It's just a procedure that we have to do.
Okay.
And it is because we have the best interests of your
And
kids.
When will they contact me?
In the next few days, they should contact you. Okay. Thank you for meeting me today.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions throughout the course of the referral or the next few days, just don't be afraid to contact.
Okay. Thank you.